saw this tweet, I guess, from the Associated Press, and it really essentially encapsulated all of what's going on, especially after January 6th, etc., etc., etc. So this is after the Cuban protests that are still going on, and hopefully that they are as well. As Cubans took to the streets to protest the country's worst economic crisis in decades, authorities blocked social media sites. It's a tried and true method of stifling dissent by authoritarian regimes around the world. Imagine that. Authoritarian governments using whatever means they have to stifle dissent, blocking social media sites, shutting the internet off, removing people from social media platforms. And then you have what Jen Psaki said, and what we already know what the government did. I don't even really think it happened necessarily under the Trump administration. It may have, and I wouldn't be surprised. But even if they said, hey, you need to take this person off the internet, they would say, how dare you, we're not going to do that. But we have the potato administration basically saying that, yes, we're in daily contact with social media platforms. Okay, they're not publishers, they're platforms. We're in constant contact with them to make sure that misinformation isn't being put out. Oh, okay. So that's better now? No, it's not better. Matter of fact, this is way worse. Do you understand what they're saying right now? What our government is saying? They're in contact with the social media oligarchs, Twitter, Facebook, Google, et al. And they're saying, hey, we want to flag this post because it's spreading what we determine as misinformation. And what do you think these platforms are going to do? Platforms. Of course they're going to block it. They're going to shadow ban people. They're going to remove posts because the government asked them to. So let me get this straight. The government has to abide by the First Amendment. They cannot reduce or limit or curtail your First Amendment speech. In some instances they can, but for the most part they can't. You can say anything and everything, to include, yes, everyone's favorite, you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. You can, however, if you cause a panic, the end result of any people getting hurt or any deaths that are involved in that panic are on you. You can do it. It just means that you'll be liable for whatever action comes after that. You can say anything you want. You can go down the street and start talking to yourself. Now, if you create some sort of disturbance, then that may be under certain ordinances, state or city, or even HOA ordinances. You can't have a party, let's say after 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday night or something like that, loud music, etc. There's some limiting factors, but for the most part, the government can't tell you what you can and can't say. Now, here what we got. Our government, the potato government right now, is going to Facebook, Twitter, Google, etc., and telling them, hey, they've already said it. They said, they didn't say, we're going to start doing this. They have been saying this. They have been saying, we are actively in touch with social media sites, telling them that they need to remove this post because of disinformation, according to us, the government. So the government is stifling free speech through a proxy, through a private platform publisher. This is nuts. If you're out there right now, if you normies out there don't understand, you see, I can't talk to you left-leaning douchebags out there. You're far beyond my talking to. You won't listen to me, and I, in turn, will never listen to you because we're so diametrically opposed to everything that you're a piece of human shit. I want nothing to goddamn do with you, and you probably feel the same thing to me. This is to you normies out there who are sort of in the middle, who sort of don't really care, who don't really look at the news. This is to you. This is to the normies out there. Do you like this? Guess who is against this? The people on the right. People like me. I am against the government using the proxy of a publisher, if you will, a platform. Okay? Using the First Amendment against us to reduce our First Amendment rights. They're telling the publishers, platforms, that they need to get rid of this speech because we don't like it, or it's misinformation according to us. We're the ones that saying we don't fucking like this. What is the left saying? They're not saying a goddamn thing. They, matter of fact, they fucking like it. They like the government saying, hey, we don't mind that, because our form of government right now, the left side of the government, is in charge. We enjoy this sort of destruction of the First Amendment because it goes against our political narrative. Because our government right now, on the left, is pushing a political narrative that we agree with. Fuck you, people on the right. Fuck you. We have the publishers, platforms, who are in control of everything. So we get to dictate what speech can and can't be said. People like me don't like that, and don't like the government telling publishers, platforms, that they shouldn't be taking cues from the government, determining what we can and can't say, what can and can't be said according to the fucking government. Do you not see the fucking problem here? Do you? Matter of fact, I think you do, normies out there. So let me ask you this, normies. What side are you on? Are you on the left side of the authoritarian argument here, which you enjoy people, publishers, platforms, whatever, stifling free speech according to the government masters? Or are you on the side of us who don't like that, who want to reduce government overreach into publishers, platforms? Which side are you on? Are you on the left side or are you on the right side, normies? You better fucking make a choice right now, because sooner or later, when the time comes, it'll be too fucking late. And you're going to be on the left side of the fucking equation. And goddamn it, you don't want to be on the left side of the equation when the shit goes down.